next week, huh?
I don't know, a little game of the day, nothing too crazy, but a little game. But no, more on that. I'm really excited for the game, the 120th big game, so I know I'm excited to be a part of it. Been here since 117, so let's go get the W.
Is it tough to balance the emotions of them being a rival and all that rivalry means with, hey, we win here, it's number 6?
I wouldn't say it's tough. I would say, it's a thing that we have to. We put ourselves in this situation. We put ourselves in this 5-5 situation. So it's a situation we got to get ourselves out of. So I wouldn't say it's tough. I would just say that it's.
Does it just add to it?
Yeah, it adds to it. Definitely adds to it. That being the big game is going to be our 6th win. But at the same time, we have to stay focused and not get too caught up into that it's going to be win number 6 or it's Stanford. We just go out there as another faceless opponent and go out there and get the victory.
That's been the mantra all year, though, right?
Yes, sir.
And has that helped?
Yeah,
kind of set the stage for this?
Yes, sir. That's helped. Coach Wilcox has been preaching the same thing since he got here in the spring. So it's a faceless opponent. If we do what we need to do and we go out there and do what we do, then we should get the W. So that's what Coach Wilcox preaches.
At the same time, being a senior, it's been 7 years.
7 years.
Since Cal last touched it. There have to be some, when Bonfire comes around, there's got to be some emotion for you.
I feel like when the game starts, that's when I'll get the emotion. I'm not a big emotion guy, but when the game starts, I'll kind of feel it. Like you said, we haven't got it in 7 years, so I'm excited. I'm excited to go out there and get it for the Cal fans, and being my first one, it'll be really special.
What's it like? You've played in big games.
Yes, sir.
What's it like out there on the field as far as the emotion? Is it more intense than the average game?
I feel like I'm a really terrible person to ask that question because when I'm in the game, I'm walking to the game. I couldn't tell you it's a big game when we're out there playing against my little brother. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely surreal getting off the bus. You seeing all the fans, all the Stanford, the trees there. You see the blue, you see the gold. You know, like this is the big game. This is where the play happened. All those pictures and you see when you're a little kid. This is happened in this game. So it's cool to be a part of, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
Normally when you think run defense, a good run defense, immediately it starts with the front 7. With a guy like Bryce who can be stopped 6-7 times for a yard or two, and then he gets that 40 and 50 yard. How much more of a challenge is that for you guys in the secondary in terms of running?
Oh, we just got to tackle. You see Stanford, they've been doing the same thing since Toby Gerhardt's been there. They'll run 5 yards, they'll run 2 yards, and all of a sudden they get you in that one-on-one matchup and gone. So, just the emphasis this week is just to wrap, tackle. When you get there, make sure you take that extra step, you wrap and you tackle, and just make sure if you don't get the tackle, you make sure you help out for your other guys coming along to make that tackle. So it's very important that we play as a defense, we play fast, and we wrap and squeeze.
Getting away from his numbers, is he going to be the best back you faced this year?
I would say number-wise, yes, but to me, the best back we face is number 25 for Washington State because that's my best friend. So that's what I'm going to say the best running back is. He's the best one in the Pac-12, so that's the best running back in the Pac-12 in my eyes. But he's definitely top 5. Anytime you go in the Pac-12, you're going to play a top back each and every week. So, Bryce Love is definitely one of the best backs in the nation. And kudos to him for what he's done this season, putting himself in the Heisman watch is really special.
Is that much more impressive considering he's been playing on one leg for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but hey, it's football. We're going to be nicked up, so he knows that, they know that. So, it's just part of the game, but, it's pretty special what he's been able to do this last couple of weeks.
Today, Coach DeRuiter was telling the linebackers, especially in the rain, it's all about detail. How much is it about detail when you got to take on a guy like Bryce Love?
More so, it's like an offense like Stanford. We seen it with San Diego State last year. We see it with Stanford every year, but it's just the details. You got to read your keys. It's not even so much the running back. It's more that you got to read your keys because if you mess up, then that makes him get open to where he needs to be. So it's more just reading your details, your keys, and not even so much more the back. But he definitely plays a big factor because of how versatile and how elusive he is.
They're two big receivers. The really the only two that they've thrown too much of the Arcega-Whiteside and Irwin. What have you seen out of them?
Big body guys like the stutter release will box you out. So this is a good thing. Is playing your technique. Probably been playing against Trent since he was in when he was in 8th grade because he did the 7-on-7 circuit in SoCal.
You guys
so I've been playing against him for a long time. So he's a talented kid. They're both two talented kids, and we just got to make sure we do what we got to do, our technique wise, and be able to play them.
And Trent was almost on this side of the rivalry too for a good hot minute. Yeah, he was going to come here.
He was. Yeah, but I've been playing against him. I remember him like the 8th grader out there with no gloves when I was like senior of high school. So he's a good player.
You mentioned being challenged every week in the Pac-12. You guys have seen good rushing teams, Arizona and Leslie and all. Does that prepare you at all for what you'll see this week?
I'm a little bit, but it's a different kind of running scheme. Stanford's more of a traditional pro set, a one-on-one. Like I said, they like to get that one-on-one matchup, that one unblocked player, and force him to make the tackle. So, I mean, the good running backs have definitely helped us as far as when we tackle and stuff. But at Stanford is, I mean, we just got to, like I said, we got to read our keys because people can't really prepare you for Stanford except for Stanford.
You mentioned seeing some pictures of the play and stuff growing up. Do you have any favorite memories of the big game before you got here?
To be honest, I'm a Southern California kid, so we really ain't.
SCUCLA.
Yeah,
it's
SCUCLA.
What side of the rivalry were you on down there?
I really wasn't on any side. It was just a big rivalry. My dad's a big Notre Dame fan, so the Notre Dame, SC. So I was more like on that side. But my favorite play of the big game would be Chad last year when he took it to the house on the first play. I didn't play last year, obviously, on hamstring, but like just seeing him take it the first play of the game and do his little Conor McGregor walk was the coolest thing I've seen. The coolest thing I've seen in person in a big game. So I mean, that would be my favorite moment. Shout out to Chad out there in New Jersey.
You guys have checked off a lot of boxes this year, kind of turning the program around. How important is winning big game, bringing the Axe back to the things you guys need to do to turn this thing around?
Man, it's very important. All week I've been asking people what's on my mind. They're like, what? And I'll be like, the Axe. So I'm making sure everyone knows that that's been on my mind for 2 weeks. I mean, it's very important to me. Probably one of the last things that I haven't done here that I would like to do here while my little time here at Berkeley. So getting that Axe, bringing it back for the Cal fans, for everyone in front of me right here would be a big thing. And I'm just looking forward to the game on Saturday.
What's the closest you've ever been to it? Just like seeing it on the opposite
Seeing
sideline?
them right across the field, right past me. That's the closest I've been to it. But hey, I mean, they won it. That's what they do. They won the game, so kudos to them. But,
So it's buzzed right past
it buzzed
you.
right past me a couple times, 2015, and last year it buzzed past me when I was just walking and shake hands. So, I mean, it would be really cool to grab the Axe, take it home,
And not like have to steal
have
it
a party
from
with
people.
it, have it on my couch one time, So it would be cool. It would be cool.
Great stuff.
All right.
Good,
Thanks, man.